Hey YouTube, it's Sean, Griffin RC Planes, and today RC Cars. So just wanted to give you guys a little update and say hey and check on everyone. I'm here snowed in, Middle Tennessee. We got quite a bit of snow. This is a lot for Middle Tennessee. Maybe 8.5 inches is what we got overnight and throughout the day. I pre-treated my driveway with about 5 things of Morton salt from the grocery store, and it worked. I took a leaf rake out there and raked off the slush. So you can see compared to the neighbor's drive, huge difference. I also hope that if anybody is affected by these horrible fires out in California, that I just don't know what to say, but it's horrible, and I hope you're doing okay with it if you are affected. That is just something else. For those of you around the world that may not know what's going on, there's another huge fire in California. There are fires all the time, but this one was pretty much in Los Angeles, and it's wiped out neighborhoods, like wiped them out. So I hope if anybody's affected by them, that you're doing the best that you can do. So let me tell you what I'm up to today. Well, some of you may or may not know that I bought somebody's entire collection of mainly Traxxas and RC10, and there's 2 Redcats, probably 30 8-scale Nitro glow engine Traxxas vehicles. These are all like vintage, and probably 7 RC10 GTs, no gold ones, but older ones. And then there's these 2 Redcats. And I thought about 2 days ago that in order to sell one of these, that I need to make sure that they work. That was the whole point of buying the collection, was to try to flip it all and make a little money to buy some airplanes. So I took one of these completely apart. I mean, down to screws only, and cleaned all the parts, and now I'm putting it back together. And I'm about to center the steering servo, and I figured I would just show you guys how I'm gonna do it. Kind of like centering a control surface on our airplanes. This is what the cars look like when they're complete. This is what it looks like when I have it about halfway put back together. There's the engine. I even took the engine completely apart because every last one of these engines were stuck. The glow engines, the fuel is real gummy, and after they sit around for a while, people will say they're seized up, but they're just stuck. So you've got to gently take them apart and get everything moving like it's supposed to. I'll show you how we're going to center this steering servo in a second. That's the next step to do. But got the engine cleaned and put back together. Had the carburetor in a million pieces. Had the piston out. Had everything out. Got it ready to install. I'm thinking about putting it on a test stand, but we'll see. I got to make a test stand, and then the only reason I was going to put it on a test stand was because these things are kind of messy. The exhaust is spitting out, the unburnt fuel and stuff, and that was the whole point of me taking this apart and cleaning it. But then the time that it's going to take me to make a piece of wood to hold the engine and the fuel tank and the exhaust and and all that stuff, and I'll just put it on here and start it and wipe the mess off of it. So, steering servo, let me show you. Let me get you in here. The guy that I got this collection from, he was a coworker, and he was a lot like me when it comes to being over organized, but it's had some good spots or good points. So let me show you. So we're working on a Redcat. Well, you pull out the Redcat file, and in the Redcat file is everything we need to know about this Redcat. Got some pretty cool stuff in it. All the cars that I have spare parts, and all the manuals, and anything and everything you need, and everything's organized too. There's all your part numbers for replacement parts and parts that you want to do upgrades with. Then there's all the exploded views on when you're building it. Even down to the engine, probably a flyer that came with it, the instruction manual. And I'm going to try to do an experiment because the transmitter runs on DSM, and I'm thinking that I can use an airplane receiver if I needed to, or I'll just try it. You know, what the heck. All right, so the steering servo is right here. Here's the steering servo arm that goes on the servo to turn the wheels. So we'll take our standard servo tester that there's many different ones out there, and we'll use it to center the servo instead of having to get the transmitter out and all that. So I've got 3 different settings. We got a manual mode where you can manually test your servo. The center one is centering the servo, and the next one is auto, where the servo will sweep back and forth. So I'm going to stick it on center. We'll test it both ways real quick just to have fun with it. And here in the electronic compartment, steering servo is this guy. And we'll put it on this automatic. Going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Got it on L center. And then we need to make sure that our wheels are as straight as they can be. Let's see, we'll start with that. Let's start with that. Screw out here. I'm already seeing that needs to be adjusted because it should be 90 degrees, 90 degrees. That servo arm should be straight up and down. If we put it straight up and down, like that's pretty much straight up and down. Oh, you okay? You okay? That's pretty much straight up and down. And the wheels are turned a little bit. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's because it kind of sits off. I almost think this needs to be on the other side, but I guess for the body, I guess I could check the instructions, huh? That actually looks pretty straight. When you're looking at it might be turned to the left a little bit. So that means it would need to come back a little bit. Make sure those are all down. Let's see here. All right, so if we leave the servo arm straight up and down 90 degrees like it's supposed to, the wheels are turned a little bit. They're turned to the left a little bit. So we need to shorten the arm here to get the wheels to straighten out. So we need the wheels to turn to the right, which would be pulling it back. That's roughly straight. And then that puts the steering arm way back. One of the things that came with this collection was some tools, like some pretty dang cool tools. So let's see if we can shorten that rod with this cool tool. I'm gonna go ahead and try to put the screw in there. Put the screw in there. Look at this little wrench set. Man, that's all right, huh? So let's get a wrench out and let's turn the turnbuckle and see if we can get it to shorten up a little bit, and then we can reposition it. So let's just see. So if we go this way, does it get any shorter? Just like doing an alignment on a real car. So that is shortening it, I believe. Nope, that's making it wider. So we need to go this way. Let's get it real short, and then we'll take the screw out of the servo. We'll make sure the servo is still centered, and we'll try to see if we can get this arm on here 90 degrees. And the wheels be straight. Getting kind of tight. It might be almost full. You don't want to go too far, because if you run the threaded rod all the way out and then it pokes into the ball there, then it's not good. You don't want that. So let's get the screw out. Get that off. Then we'll need to get the wheels straight. That's fairly straight. Now we need to see if we can get the arm on there, and it's 90 degrees. So now the arm is on 90. And might be turned to the left just a little bit. Oh, the fun of RC. Snowed in, good day to do some fiddling. Let's put the screw in it and test it. See what it does when we sweep the servo tester back and forth. Alrighty. So we'll take the servo tester, put my dial up here where it's slow, because the next setting is going to be the auto, and I don't want it to go real fast. So now I got it on manual. And then let's turn it, then hit center. All right, so it's centered. And put some wheels on it. Might get a better, it's still got those other pieces to go on there. And let's see if our arm is 90. I'll take it for now. That'd be a good starting position. Anybody have any idea what good compression is on one of these glow engines? I haven't quite figured out that piece of information yet, but I'll show you what kind of compression I did get out of this one. Put the sealing washer on there. This is also assuming that this gauge is good. You know, it could be dry rotted and it could need work itself. Who knows? Got it screwed into the head there. We'll open up the carburetor wide open for the max amount of air. It's kind of hard to do this with the, and I hit the release button. So 3 good pulls, take it up to 22. Let's see, that's 22 bar. That's 22 times 14 something. So of course the directions that I'm just asking you guys were all on the back of this, and it basically says that it's too hard to list what the compression should be for every engine, but it does say that this particular gauge is the most reliable one. 0 to 60, it's in PSI, and basically it said take your new engine and run it, and then take a reading, and then that is what your good what your good compression is. That's basically what it said. So anyways, I feel like it's pretty good. Let's give it another pull or two. So to get 20 out of it, I think it's good. I used the sealing washer off the glow plug, and there's one back there taped. That's just what kind of guy this guy was. So put it back in this little home here, and that's all I got for this one, guys. I just want to say hey and let you know what I'm up to, and then make sure that you guys are doing all right. So we'll see you guys on the next one. We got tons and tons and tons of RC airplane stuff to do shortly. All right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, and like a few more times, and then subscribe some more times. Hey, and most important, check to make sure you're still subscribed. For some reason, oh, there's a glitch or whatever, people are getting unsubscribed. At 20,000, we're going to do a 3-jet giveaway. So, all right, hey, adios. Until next time, you'll see something here.